Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with your instant match reaction to Aston Villa 3, Athletic Bilbao 2, and Cameron Archer on target to get the pre-season victory for Aston Villa. Make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. We have gone way past 4,500 subscribers now, on the road to 5k. We want to do it before the season starts. I know that's a little bit much to ask, but if we can get as close to it as possible, that would be great. So like, subscribe, and get your comments in below, your thoughts on today's performance. I'm going to go through some of the key moments, some of the players that impressed me, and the system is starting to come together, and maybe the fact of the training out in the US, maybe the situation of the players being together back now in the UK, bit more comfortable surroundings, and we started to see some more of that Unai Emery style and some of the players really fitting in and getting used to that. So we'll go through all of that as well, but let's just talk about the starting lineup first. So Joe Gauci in goal, Matty Cash at right back, Lamar Bogard and Pau Torres as centre back, and Luca Dean at left back. Central midfield, Amadou Onana and Yuri Tielemans. In front of them, Jacob Ramsey and John McGinn. And then Leon Bailey playing off the right and Morgan Rogers up front, and kind of dropping into little areas and hoping that players were running in behind him. And that was kind of what it looked like. I talked about before in the States, it didn't look like there was too much running off the ball. It didn't look like there was too many players creating spaces, and it looked a little bit static. But straight from the off, and after 4 minutes, we scored a fantastic goal. And that kind of incisive passing and those incisive through balls that I was talking about. Ball into midfield from Pau Torres, laid straight off by Morgan Rogers into Yuri Tielemans, who saw the third man run. Jacob Ramsey running in behind, plays the ball, doesn't need any invitation to play the ball. Ball through to Ramsey, who finishes really nicely through the legs of the goalkeeper, and it's 1-0 Aston Villa. And you could see that football starting to be played. Leon Bailey was much sharper down that right hand side, much more threatening. Amadou Onana was picking up the ball and playing nice little 1-2s, nice little layoffs. Yuri Tielemans, we know how he likes to pass the ball in one or two touches. John McGinn was getting the ball into nice areas, and it was really nice and flowing. But we were also keeping it nice and calm across the back, and playing those balls into midfield at times when we needed to. And also Joe Gauci as well looked much more comfortable and confident, made a couple of really nice saves. And Villa should have been 2 or 3, 4-0 up even, really. John McGinn having a couple of efforts, Yuri Tielemans having 1 or 2 efforts, Morgan Rogers having an effort that was a fantastic finish. He lobbed the keeper, the linesman gave it offside, but on closer inspection, he was probably onside. I think Leon Bailey had a shot as well. So we had numerous efforts, but a little bit of lapse in concentration midway through that first half on 26 minutes. Ball bouncing around in the box. Matty Cash tries to get a header away, loops up in the air, and their player, his name escapes me, Alvarez, looping header into the back of the net, and it's 1-1. But again, like I say, we caused problems, and really the main point of it was that we looked really nice and sharp and nice and crisp passes. There wasn't too much that was getting given away from that, particularly from that starting team. And Morgan Rogers looked very sharp. Leon Bailey, like I say, and John McGinn was excellent. There was one piece where we had the ball in attack, and he ran all the way back and won the ball in the defensive third. And that's exactly what John McGinn brings to the side. So it was really good to see them, I guess, taking the game very seriously and wanting to really get ready for the new season, because we've got one more friendly to go. They might probably do something behind closed doors next week in preparation for that first game against West Ham. But for me personally, it was really nice to see, because I'd said on the last episode that we didn't really have, I couldn't really see too many ways of how we were going to attack. We didn't seem to be overlapping on our fullbacks. We didn't seem to be going through the middle. We didn't seem to be running in behind. But we saw all of that, particularly in that first half, straight away. Then half time came. We made a couple of substitutions. Nedeljkovic came on, Oliver Zeech came on, and Jaden Philogene came on. And he actually operated down the left-hand side for the first 5 to 10 minutes and hadn't really done much. Players were kind of settling into that second half. And then all of a sudden, we go on a nice break and a lovely little flick from Morgan Rogers into Philogene's path on that left-hand side, carries on through. and cuts inside on his right foot and puts it into the bottom corner. And a really, really confident finish, really nice finish. That was on 60 minutes. And then the substitutions are made, and we make numerous substitutions. Dendoncker and Barkley come on. Emi Buendia comes on, Cameron Archer comes on, Sil Swinkles comes on, and he plays at the back with Lamar Bogard. So Bogard played the full game, and Ian Matson came on at left back. And it took a little while for the game to settle into play. Obviously, making that number of substitutions, Athletic Bilbao making a number of substitutions as well. So quite scrappy, and took players a bit of time to get into the game. Nedeljkovic had a fantastic run at that right hand side, and he just fast break, took it on, carried on into the box, probably caught in two minds as to whether to cross it or to hit the shot. And he kind of did a little bit of both, and it went into the keeper's hands. But really, really good run and really encouraging signs from him. But Athletic Bilbao did score on the 72nd minute, playing the ball across the back. Goalkeeper plays it out, and it's picked up by Bilbao. And I think Ian Matson maybe ball watches a little bit, gets attracted into the ball to try and win it. They pop it around him. Illing Jr. gets isolated a little bit as well. And then it ends up being Ross Barkley going out to the cross. He's not exactly the quickest going out of position. Cross comes in, and it's a lovely finish, sweeping finish by Goretzka, and it's in the goal. That's 2-2. So it kind of thought it was going to finish like that. We had a couple of efforts. Cameron Archer had a lovely, lovely goal chalked out. Again, fast break. Emi Buendia playing the ball through to him, and he takes it around the goalkeeper and puts it in. And it was very, very, very marginal. I would have said if VAR was there, it'd been onside. But that was just a teaser for what was to come. Same again, same situation again. And this is where, Cameron Archer hasn't been fantastic over this preseason period, but this is where he can really affect games and affect teams, because if we've got Emi Buendia on the pitch, he will look for him, and he will try that pass. And the ball came out to Buendia, loops it over the top. Cameron Archer runs onto it. The defender's trying to pull him back. He would have been sent off otherwise. Then the goalkeeper comes out. He takes it round the goalkeeper, ends up being really wide, manages to get his foot round the ball and puts it into the net on the 89th minute. And that's the winning goal. And I think it was what Villa deserved. I think they'd be really pleased to get that pre-season win. After 3 defeats over in America, it was nice to get that win, and Archer getting his second goal of pre-season, Ramsey getting on the score sheet, Philogene getting on the score sheet. So that was really nice. And as I say, there was some really, really encouraging performances. First half, I like the look of McGinn. I like the look of Bailey. I like the look of Rogers, who's been, generally very good over pre-season. I really like Lamar Bogard as well. He's showing a lot of maturity, and it's going to be interesting to see whether he sticks around the first team or not, or whether he goes out on loan. And he played the full game as well, so that was good. And Anana and Tielemans look a really nice partnership in that midfield, so it'd be nice to see how they play against Dortmund and moving forward. And then the second half, I thought Nedeljkovic looked excellent, and obviously Cameron Archer scoring that goal was really nice for him. And one or two other players I thought did look pretty sharp. Philogene as well, scoring his goal, looks really sharp. And some encouraging signs. So that's it. I mean, we go into the Dortmund game. It'd be interested to see what team is lined up there, how long those players play. Does he play the first kind of team for longer than that 60 minutes? Does he make less substitutions and really kind of look at an actual team that's going to play before the West Ham game? Going to be interesting. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who was really impressive for you? What were you seeing out of the game? What encouraged you in terms of the way that we were playing, and anything that you might be slightly concerned about, maybe conceding a couple of goals, maybe, is there anything at the back? Matty Cash, maybe a few people on social media are talking about the right back position. Does Nedeljkovic deserve that first team spot? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But we'll be back with a show, probably a live show on Friday, focusing a little bit on reviewing this game, previewing the Dortmund game. We've got plenty of shows coming up over the next few days as well. Transfer talk shows as well, obviously. Players going out on loan left, right, and centre, which is great for them. Kessler Hayden going to Preston today, and numerous others. Josh Feeney announced at Shrewsbury. So some good moves for players. Lewis Dobbin at West Brom as well. And is Luca Dean going to move on? He's obviously tweeted he's going nowhere, so that's really encouraging as well. But we'll round up all the latest transfer news. Fans forum coming up next week as well. So stick with the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help us on the road to 5K. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.